All right, without further ado, we have an excellent stream in store for today. Two of the best press conferences in quite some time wrapped up today. We got the BKFC 82 pre-fight presser. Amazing stuff by the one and only, notorious, the unhinged, the one whose receding hairline is fucking messed up, bro. He got that turkey hairline job, but as you can tell right here, it's coming back on him for whatever odd reason. So maybe he got to go get that touched up again. Maybe turkey's not the place to go for these things. But we got the unhinged, the one and only Conor McGregor leading the BKFC 82 pre-fight presser for Jeremy Stephens versus Mike Perry, King of Violence title. There's a few great moments in here. We don't have to watch the whole thing through. I'll just skip to the great parts. But what you're going to see here is Conor leading it off, and we're getting right into it. The thumbnail says, Mike Perry is cut if he loses to Jeremy Stephens, and that's exactly what McGregor's about to tell him. So that's how McGregor leads off the press conference here. Then there's an unhinged moment as well with Christine Ferreira and Jessica Borga. I'm going to just preface it for you, give you a little teaser, okay? I'm not going to give you the full story, but long story short, Christine Ferreira exposed Jessica for having a cuck husband. So we got to get into this. This is one of the most juiciest fucking headlines of the day, in my opinion. Regardless of male or female, this should have been fucking, this should make national headlines right here. This was a crazy left turn in the press conference. The journalist basically said, you guys have been pretty calm in the lead up to this, and so I would say something nice about each other, but instead, why don't you tell me how you guys really feel about each other? And Ferreira said she's fucking this girl up, and, it went left from there. That's the most I can tell you about that. Then, Mike Perry, very, very odd. Mike Perry does not want to fight for a world title in BKFC. And, Dave Feldman right down here, he kind of speaks on it during this press conference when he gets asked about it, and he says, Mike Perry could be next for a world title shot against Dave Mundell, a man that he's already knocked out in the early days of his MMA career. But we also have to look at star power, and we want to maybe do some more gimmick fights with Mike Perry in the BKFC along the lines of this Jeremy Stephens one. Because keep in mind, Jeremy Stephens is a 145-pounder. He's coming up with 3 weight classes to fight Mike Perry. This is what we're saying with gimmick fights. Should he do another one like that? I think Dave Feldman is keeping his options open for that. Now, Mike Perry also agrees to some degree, because I don't think he wants to fight Dave Mundell based off everything he's saying. And McGregor emphatically disagrees. He thinks nobody cares about another gimmick fight. He needs to fight Dave Mundell and become a world champion in the organization in order for people to really care about him, in order for him to grow his name in the organization. And McGregor is standing by that. He says, if you beat Jeremy Stephens, your next fight is for a world title. And Mike Perry isn't exactly doing it, but Mike Perry's like low key. He gives off the vibe of like, why? No, I don't want to do that. And it's crazy that like McGregor's over here trying to tell him your next fight is for a world title, and somehow, some way, that's a power move, that's a diss, for McGregor to do that to Mike Perry. Very interesting. So I guess let's just get this press conference cracking real quick. Okay.
Jersey, home sweet home. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor for me to be here in this great arena, the Prudential Center, that throughout its history, has seen some amazing fight contests take place. and we are very, very excited to put our...
I just realized my fucking audio was echoing. That's my bad, boys. That's my bad. I just fixed it, but apologies for that. Just recognized it. Alright, continue. What up, my boy Scott? What up, homeboy? We got a good stream, homie, so just strap in the seatbelt. Get your popcorn ready. Back to it. Coked out McGregor, as they say.
Bare knuckle stamp on this great arena in this great town. So thank you so much. I want to thank also our partners at DAZN, where the pay-per-view goes live on Saturday night, as well as a few other people. I've been here in New Jersey this week, and the people of New Jersey have been incredibly friendly to me. Montclair Police Department in particular have gone above and beyond, so I want to give a shout out to them. Franco's Italian Restaurant looking after my team, and I've had a hell of a time here in New Jersey, and long may it continue. You know, not so far away, we made a record-breaking event many years ago, and we continue to rise and break those records. And what have we got here in this event lined up for you? We've got one hell of a fight card. We've got our King of Violence world title on the line by the current champion, Michael Perry, the King of Violence, making his return. A man that, you know, paved the way in the sport and rose up and done incredible things. Then he made an error and made it, you know, went a different way. A big mistake in my opinion, but now he's back. People are underwriting him. He's got a big point to prove. And you know what's at stake, Michael? If you don't perform, you're gone. You can go back to those exhibition bouts and those misfits with the put on the big gloves. We'll part ways. But I'm confident you'll show up and do your thing.
You're fucking cut, bro. You are fucking cut. And Mike Perry just kind of nods his head subtly here. He doesn't know how to react. He's like, I know I'm just the fighter, but fuck McGregor. He fucking is disrespecting the shit out of me right here. He claps back eventually, but right now he's keeping it calm. He's got a fight coming up. He can't get too hyped on McGregor. Dave Feldman puts his head down shaking.
And I'm excited to see it. And then who are you against? You're against a man, Jeremy Stephens. Who the fuck is that guy? The one and only. The hardest hitting 145 pounder. Listen to that. He is a hard hitting man, for sure. But he's also a 145 pounder. Michael Perry is a 170 pounder. So that can never be overlooked. That is a fearless man, a ferocious man, a man with his back against the wall. And for me in this bout, I'm undecided. I am absolutely undecided on it. This could go either way. But one thing's for certain. This is going to be one hell of a fight. And you know what's at stake again? They're both angling for a fight against the big boss, me. So, you know, for me, who would I wish, who would I prefer? Either or. I hope for a good fight for our fans, and I'm confident of that because no fight in bare knuckle history has ever been a boring fight. It is impossible for a boring fight in bare knuckle, and that's what makes this promotion so good. And also, you know, win, lose or draw, my combatants that are here, my respect is through the roof for these men and women, and I mean that. Everyone up on this dais eats pressure for breakfast. We eat pressure for breakfast up here on this dais, so it is to be commended, and we are here to support our families, and it is thanks to all the great people who are supporting us here that are allowing us to do that, and we appreciate it greatly, and there's nothing surer that our men and women on this card are going to put on one hell of a fight. And like I said, win, lose or draw between Michael Perry and Jeremy Stephens, and who are they going to fight? I'll fight both of them at the same fucking time. I'm the big boss, baby. And then we've got the Queen of Violence, the inaugural Queen.
Do we think that McGregor will fight the winner? I mean, no doubt he's setting it up. He's setting this shit up right now. You know, Jeremy Stephens already written in the stars. It's been written for almost a decade now with the viral clip, the viral quote that McGregor just quoted himself. With this Mike Perry, you're cut bullshit. All Mike Perry got to do with the win is get in McGregor's face, call his ass out. The promo is there. Promo packages for both men are there. The only thing is, does Conor fight him? Now, we're going to get into some other stuff real quick. We got another thing to touch on. In this press conference, not in this press conference, but Conor's been contradicting himself. He likes to make these statements like he's fighting at the UFC White House. It's a done deal. It's signed. All that bullshit, right? Well, then he's been turning around twice now, I've seen. Twice now where he opens up about his contract situation with the UFC. How many fights he has left. Can he get a fight going? You know, there's the new model, no pay-per-views. Does he have to get a new contract worked out? Can he get it worked out in time for UFC White House? All this stuff. Or he throws out the idea, I'm bringing this up now to you because he's talking about fighting the winner of this, right? Well, if you're under contract with UFC, you can't. He's now on record bringing up the fact of the idea of a potential release from the UFC so he can come and fight in BKFC. He said it. So we're going to get into all that right now, but that's where I just wanted to address real quick because he's talking about, you know, the winner faces me. Number one, he's got to be healthy enough to even get in there. Easier to fight in BKFC than in MMA, I'll tell you that right now. For his age, for his fucking health status, way easier for him on the body. But it's yet to be seen. Can he step in the octagon? Can he step in a ring and put together a full training camp? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. It's the biggest question in the sport right now, probably. And to think Dana White's going to trust him to headline UFC White House, low-key kind of crazy. Low-key kind of crazy. So we'll just continue this real quick.
Now violence. Word to our 145-pound champion, Jessica Bayorga. Bare knuckle fighting championship is real fight porn.
You heard it from McGregor. Oh, and then what Scott said, bro, Perry versus Stevens about to be a war. 100%. Conor actually gets the press conference hype. Man, I've been thinking for years DC or maybe like a Chael Sonnen. I don't really think Chael Sonnen. I think more DC should take over the UFC president role when Dana White retires. But man, the UFC fucked up. They should have gave Conor stake in the promotion of the UFC and let Conor run that shit, bro. Conor is the man with this. I loved how Conor was going back and forth with Mike Perry about saying, like, you have to fight for a belt. And it hits even harder when it's like a world champion like McGregor, even DC, right? DC, if he were to do some of this stuff, like lay out his weight of being like, listen, man, I didn't do my talking until I won titles. Like, shut the fuck up. That's what McGregor said to fucking Mike Perry. So I love that McGregor owns BKFC and he gets the press conference hype like Scott said. So shout out Scott.
And we've got some hell of a fucking show lined up. These two ladies are going to line up. Jessica takes on the 125-pound, pound for pound, baddest female in bare knuckle, Christine Ferreira of the Mayweather stable. So Jessica, the bigger woman, with a point of brew, fighting against the more seasoned woman. Both of these women really hate each other, really have a bad blood with each other. I know Dave said about our combatants hate each other. There is hate for sure. There's bad blood. There's also an underlying respect. There really is an underlying respect here from me, from them, and that's what makes this so intriguing. We're going to see them settle the score, and there's nothing more satisfying than seeing scores settled. I wish all my combatants well. May we turn our knuckles to knives and raise the roof on the Prudential Center this Saturday night, live on DAZN pay-per-view, where we destroy all our competition that we are facing on this night. Long live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Long live Dave Feldman. Long live the Prudential Center. And long live the Notorious. Let's go.
So you saw it there, right? We got more though. Just gonna fast forward it. Let me see. So let's hear what Mike Perry got to say.
Voice words for you as well. Does that amp up the pressure a little bit for Saturday night?
I've been well prepared regardless. I've prepared and trained myself. I'm in my best position in life ever, period. And and I'm perfecting everything. So the mockery is all fun and games. The fans want to say crazy, dumb shit like they've never fucking stepped in here and done a damn thing ever. So I get in here and I put in the work and I run these shows, I headline these events, and I put on for the people who enjoy watching pure freaking violence, bro, because that's what it is when I step in the ring. I've posted, I've carried this whole shit on my back, and I'm consistent and I'm constant on everything I'm doing, and it's going to show on Saturday night. I weigh in tomorrow, and it's time to fucking eat.
Let's see it, Mike Perry. I believe the words coming out of your mouth, but we just got, we got to see it. You haven't been in BKFC in a minute. We got to see it. Everything you said is true. It's just been a minute since you fought. So let's see it, Mike Perry. Let's see it. You look in good shape. You look dialed in. You got a smaller opponent. Let's see it. Then you versus Dave Mundell. If I'm being real, if I'm just keeping it a buck, I'm skipping ahead a little bit here. If I'm just keeping it a buck, bro, I want to see him against Dave Mundell. I want to see it. Above all else, I want that one. If Mike Perry beats that guy, Dave Mundell, I would be pretty fucking impressed. He already holds wins over him.
Let's go to your opponent on the night, Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. In the main event, King of Violence. I went back, I watched our post-fight interview, and you said, pay me my fucking money. Well, here you go. You're in the Prudential Center in the main event against Mike Perry. King of Violence on the line. What can we expect on Saturday night when you toe the line again?
Man, the Newark fans are in for a real treat. They're the real winners of this. This is I'm the only one to ever do it. This will be my third sold-out show in one fucking year, so no one's doing shit like this. I got a hell of an opponent. You guys are in for an exciting fight and a great night. I think it's going to blow the roof off, and we're going to do big numbers.
Christine Faria, when I said GOAT status, I meant that you have had an incredible career here in the BKFC, but now you are at the biggest stage, the biggest spotlight that I think you've ever been in, Queen of Violence on this historic card. Where are you at now, game plan-wise, ready for Jessica Borger, a much bigger opponent?
I'm going to be faster. I have, my fight skill is way higher. Size ain't shit. History has seen it over and over again. The smaller man, the smaller woman has won time and time again. When I hit her, she's not going to believe that I'm a 125er. I promise you that. Let's go.
Jessica Borger looking lean and mean.
And for I didn't really care. I never care who it is. Not
to return to. Stevens was Saturday. We have Dylan from AKP. Mike, I'll start with you. We haven't seen you in over a year, and now you make your return against Jeremy Stevens this Saturday. We've heard some names, maybe Darren Till. Now you land on Jeremy Stevens. Was he always the name at the top of the list, and was he the one that you wanted to return to?
Not really. I didn't really care. I never care who it is. I do want it to be fun for the fans and for the bare knuckle fans who appreciate the intensity of this sport. He's proven. He's 3-0 in bare knuckle. And, we both beat Eddie, and we saw Eddie give me some punches there. So we think the speed of Stevens maybe does something. Well, I'm here to prove that it doesn't and show you guys the best platinum you've seen. Thank you.
Time to get
Jeremy,
money.
Second question for you. You had a great win over Eddie Alvarez, like he mentioned, and now you make your return after going to Iowa at home. How do you figure this fight is going to go on Saturday against Mike Perry?
Well, since it's being Halloween, I think I'm going to carve him up real nice before I knock him out. So there you go. Face down, ass up, cheeks clapping, playboy.
I love it.
This question is for Christine and Jessica.
which international market do you think will be the next step for BKFC in the next year?
We're certainly global. We're up now in Rome, Italia at the end of this month. We're back in Dubai again. And, you know, we were earmarked for Australia. And they got a little spooked, but we got over that, and we're going to go back to Australia. So Australia is one that I would like to crack, as well as all, you know, the Eastern European nations. You know, you think of we went to the Balkan Islands with Montenegro, and so many great fighters are out there, and so many tough men and women who are skilled in fist fighting. So I would love to go global. This is a global franchise. Everyone understands a fist fight. Everyone understands it. You see a fist fight, you're turning, and you're parking your ass and you're sitting and watching it. So all across the globe, bare knuckle will go. But here, we are in the Mecca right here. This is the Mecca, the New Jersey and New York and this entire region. So we take this with great pride that we are here. And you best believe our men and women on this card will be incentivized to go out and put on one hell of a show. And I'm very, very excited and very honored and very proud to be here in support of these men and women as they fight for their honor, for their legacy, and for the future of their family name.
And question also for Mike Perry. Do you think that the fight that you have against Jeremy is now the face of BKFC? And do you think that this could set the new standards for what a combat sports can be?
We're above the standard. This is a totally different game, and that's what makes me special in this game. I don't need the belt to tell me I'm the king of violence. Everybody sees that in my demeanor and every day how I carry myself. And, you know, I'm going to smash this little guy, and I'm going to make it look good. No matter which way it is, it's going to be exciting. And, you know, no matter what he does, he doesn't stand a chance. So I appreciate David Feldman for giving me the bag for nothing. Like, I'm just going to walk in there, have a good time, and have a party with the fans at the Prudential Center.
Oof. Big words to live up to. Big words to live up to. But Mike Perry talking spicy. You got to respect it. You got to love it. But he's going to be feeling some type of way if it's not going like that, you know, after round 1, round 2. Jeremy Stephens can't wait to shit in his fucking cereal.
This question is for Conor and David. What do you guys think about fighting in the Prudential Center in the tri-state area? It's a big crowd.
Planet, bar none. Out straight. This is no glove combat. It is violent. Where else would you get the Queen of Violence world title on the line between a 145-pound champion and a 135-pound champion? The champion versus champion for the Queen of Violence. These women are the baddest women on the planet, and they deserve the world, and it's our job to go and get them. And we appreciate your support in supporting these ladies, and you're in for one hell of a fight. This is going to be wild.
Mish from the Mike and Mish Show here for David. Both guys in the main event are on incredible runs in the company, both undefeated. The winner on Saturday walks out the King of Violence and still undefeated. Could we see either one of them, whoever be the winner, fight the world champion of their respective division?
I mean, you know, we'll see.
This is where it gets juicy, so pay attention.
It has to make sense. Everything has to make sense here, right? And I don't know if it makes sense, or does it make sense to bring in, you know, a guy that possibly could be here Saturday night, Darren Till, who wants to fight the winner of this event? Does it make sense to bring in a bigger name so we can get more eyeballs on this sport, right? Does Dave Mundell deserve a shot at a big name? 100% he does. 100% he does. But at the same time, we have to move the needle on BKFC, and we have to do everything we can to move the needle. But I think the time has come, and I think that, you know, I think Dave Mundell does deserve a crack at one of these guys, but he's also, we didn't announce this yet, but he just signed a big fight that he's going to be fighting pretty soon, and he has to get by that winner first.
And for the women involved in the Queen of Violence, at this point we would normally ask each competitor to say something nice about their opponent, but I feel like you've been pretty calm with each other all the way up to this, so maybe take this opportunity to say how you really feel about your opponent Saturday night.
she can go.
She doesn't know
Go.
what to say.
And there's nothing nice and just. I'm gonna fuck her ass up tomorrow. Saturday. That's all. That's it.
First, get the day right.
That's
it.
it.
It's Saturday. She's just a disgusting individual. You know, sympathy for her brother.
I'm the disgusting individual.
Yeah,
When you have like 10 cocks in your mouth this week.
You keep bringing that up, but really that's not going to save you Saturday night, you little bitch. But my husband is very satisfied.
Okay, sweetheart.
So number one, this bitch doesn't even deny that shit. Doesn't even deny it. She just says, my husband is very satisfied. So, I mean, she just outed her husband as a cuck. We didn't know her husband was a cuck with what Christine said. But with the context of Jessica Borga now letting us know that she's married, my goodness gracious. I don't know. Is this girl Jessica Borga like a porn star or something? Like, what's going on? I'm gonna look up Jessica Borga's Instagram. The fact that she could be in like some type of open relationship. Let me see. So she's not in an open relationship, like looking at her Instagram. But damn, girl. There's some wild shit. Yeah, this press conference was better. That's why we're starting off with this one, Jew. You know, this one killed it. With this comment alone, it had to go first. But yeah, we just gotta rewind this real quick. I mean, we gotta watch it one more time. The girl's jaw drops when she gets called out for it. 10 men in her mouth in the week, averaging more than one a day. Christine's judging it. I don't know how Christine knows this.
Oh, that's it.
First, get the day right.
That's
it.
it.
It's Saturday. She's just a disgusting individual. You know, sympathy for her brother.
I'm the disgusting individual.
Yeah,
When you have like 10 cocks in your mouth this week.
Insane comment. Insane.
Keep bringing that up, but really that's not going to save you Saturday
You keep bringing that up, meaning it's true.
night, you little bitch. But my husband is very satisfied.
Okay, sweetheart.
Taylor Starling from the Bare Knuckle Show. This is for the ladies. I know it's such a big fight, but I wanted to ask both of you.
After Saturday night in Newark, what do you have to say to that?
Well, I mean, why not, man? Look, I'm sure I'm gonna have bigger and better things to do after victory on Saturday night.
Obviously, he was just asked about Dylan Dennis.
I'm sure there's plenty of big opportunities. You know, like the question that Feldman got is, would one of us get a shot at the world championship? And he said, we got to move the needle.
You got to fucking fight for that world title, Mike. You've never been a world champion here, so you're in here saying you're this and you're that. You're no world champion. So without a world title...
I hear you. I hear you. This is too good. This is too good. He's totally sunning him here. McGregor wins this exchange fucking 10-8.
Here in this promotion. I only start speaking as I spoke when I secured 2 UFC world titles. You know, we made
Well, I
this
beat
title
that world
for you.
champion twice. I knocked him out twice in a different sport. So look, I'm gonna beat Jeremy's ass on Saturday. Whatever they
your
call
next
me with,
fight is
I
for a
accept.
world title.
If the big
That will
money
move
fight
the
ends
needle.
up being fighting Dylan Dennis in MMA, or how about me and Conor at the White House? You need to fight an American who can win.
Connor's like, sounds good, bro. Cool fucking story. Your next fight is for a world title. Mike Perry is like a rat in a box, fucking scrambling around. Although I will give him credit. He said, if I win this fight, whoever they offer me on that next one, I accept. So it's gonna be Dave Mandel if you win, Mike. Just know that.
Exactly. That's what I thought. I'm the only one here fighting. I'm the only one doing it.
Is this on? Hello.
I train every day.
You're
I train every day. Mike Perry. The difference is, though, is that McGregor, you know, he's too accomplished for you to be even trying this against. You're still fighting because you haven't made the money like McGregor. It's not a flex like you think it is.
Next fight, Mike. If you win, by the way, Jeremy has some good shots, and your stances and movements and reactions, I see paths for Jeremy, a real path for Jeremy. However, your next fight, if you get through this, has got to be for a world title. You should be climbing for a world title here in this organization. Not trying to piggyback around and do this bullshit. No one cares.
World title.
No one cares about this other bullshit.
Who cares about that bum that I knocked out twice? Obviously nobody.
Listen,
he's nobody.
He's the middleweight world champion, and you're a fucking. You're just. We made you.
I'll beat him again. I've already said.
Who made you can break you. Who made you can break you. Who built you can kill you. You're fighting for the world title if you get through this. That's how straight. Otherwise, you're fucking nothing. And if you don't perform,
we'll
you're
see
gone.
how that goes.
If you don't perform, you can go and do all these Mickey Mouse fights that no one gives a fuck about. That'll generate nothing, and we won't give a fuck here at Bare Knuckle.
They did. BKFC, we gotta keep it real. You know, Mike Perry went out, he won the fights. He won out, he won the fights. Some tough fights. You know, Luke Rockhold, MVP. They were tough fights. No disrespect to Mike Perry. But one of the things is it's getting to a point where the BKFC, you got to become a champion at some point. I believe that Conor is right when he's saying, like, you know, we built you. Who made you can break you. Unless you have a world title. You know what I'm saying? Then we can't really break you. You're the world champion. Keep winning your fights. You're just fighting the next man up. But unfortunately, when we're giving you these preferential fights, in a way, although I don't call MVP or Luke Rockhold preferential or Eddie Alvarez preferential. Okay, these are tough fights. They're great fights. But they're going out finding and seeking these opponents. They don't got to do that for him. You know, they're doing that because of good business. But they don't have to. And McGregor's saying, we're not doing that anymore. You win against Jeremy. Say goodbye to these fights. You know, say goodbye to them. Fight the champions in your weight class. It's been too long. You haven't fought anybody really active in BKFC in the first place. You're not going to have to do that. Right? You're not going to have to do that. Well, Jeremy's active in BKFC. And I think Eddie did have a fight in BKFC. But the point is, you got to spread it around. You got to spread around the star power. You can't just keep hogging it up as the King of Violence champ. It's not even a real belt. Conor has a point, but Mike is a significant more of a draw than the other guys. Unfortunately, that is true because, you know, if Mike loses to Dave Mundell, which I think would be a possibility, then you lose that aura. You lose that aura for Mike Perry. And Mike Perry is the biggest star in the promotion. Right? He is the face of BKFC. So you do have that. You do have that. And will Dave Mundell become this massive star because he knocked out Mike Perry and all of a sudden everybody wants to listen to him? Spoiler alert, no. No, that is not what happens. So, interesting because Dave Feldman, you know, wants to keep slow rolling Mike Perry. Conor wants to fast track it. Would BKFC be as exciting if it wasn't for these press conferences right now? We keep getting these, you know? You might got to do Mike Perry versus McGregor after this. But McGregor's tied up with a contract, so we're going to get into all that.
All right, last question. Go ahead.
My name is Robert Cardillo from the Hurt Handbook, and I just have a question for Conor McGregor. Obviously, we see a lot of tension between you and Mike Perry, but at the same time, I think we see a lot of respect at the same time. So I just want to know, what's your relationship like with Mike Perry, and how do you truly view him as a fighter?
You know, I like Mike. It's hard not to like Mike, a good family man, and he's gone through his troubles, and he shows up to fight. I just think world title honors is what it's about. You've never been a world champion. You have a chance here.
You're downplaying everything. The mockery. You haven't fought here. Why don't you come get
I own this fucking thing. What are you talking about? I'm the owner. I book the matches. You need to climb for a world title. Otherwise, you're here today, gone tomorrow. A fart in... Michael Perry, a fart in the wind. That'll be fucking you if you don't climb for a fucking world title.
It's more than any fight you're doing. You ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah, I'm coming back in the White House. You're trying to clamor for it and switch roles. You're fighting for that world title if you get through this weekend.
They're going to treat you
it.
like Frankie Edgar.
The redneck Mundell. The big boss is going to make it happen, baby.
Let's go. Shout out Dave Mundell. Deal with it. Hey, so Drew, are you saying though, like, because think about it, right? Mike Perry goes out, he beats Dave Mundell like he's already done twice, knocked his ass out. You go out and knock him out in BKFC, you become the champ. You got the King of Violence fucking strap on the other shoulder. Bro, I mean, that makes him twice, 3 times as big of a star. The next press conference, the aura coming off Mike Perry is crazy. It's insane. We go back to the gimmick fights, right? Sign some fucking hot name off the streets, former UFC fighter like they've been doing, and it's off to the races again for Mike Perry. You got to take one tough fight against Dave Mundell. Do we think Mike Perry beats Dave Mundell? He's already beat him twice. Or is Dave Mundell, you know, upped his game to the point where Mike Perry's a little bit scared? Not scared. We're not going to use that word scared ever. But, you know, not wanting to risk it. Finding it too big of a risk. Too close to a 50-50 fight. They got to keep these pressers coming. It's unhinged, and it's what I wish the UFC press conferences were still like 100%, bro. 100%. They got to keep these coming. I don't know. I'm also leaning towards, like, let's believe in Mike Perry. You know, nothing sells more than a true 50-50 fight, a fight where we don't know what's going to happen, right? You don't got to do it every time, but every now and then you got to do that. You know, Mayweather did that every now and then. He'd run it with Canelo. He'd run it with Pacquiao. You know?
Excited yet or what? BKFC 82 Saturday night. Don't go anywhere. We got face-offs right after this.
So yeah, we're just going to skip. Oh, look at him giving Jeremy Stevens some advice. Peep that.
Face-offs right after this.
Look at
Saturday night. Don't go anywhere. We got face-offs right after this.
Look at Jeremy. He's eating it up. Dude, Jeremy's in serial killer mode. Do not sleep on Jeremy Stevens. Or you'll wake up asking what happened. Okay, here we go. Let's just see these ladies. I mean, for the cuck allegations, it's worth seeing a face-off.
Queen of Violence on the line.
Let's do this.
Versus champion. 2 of the baddest women in the game.
Who's the baddest woman in the game?
Who's the Queen of Violence?
It is
I think this girl's toast.
in our double main
girl's a
event.
beast.
Christine Faria versus Jessica Morgan.
No way. And this girl's moving up because she's knocked out all her competition. She's moving up in the weight.
And now the most violent title in all.
Get ready for a
combat
completely
sports,
unhinged
the
McGregor. He's
king
shoulder
of
checking
violence.
both Jeremy
Ladies and
and
gentlemen,
Mike Perry.
Introducing first, he is the undeniable
He puts
king
on the
of
Joker
violence,
smile. He gives it
king
all
of
for it.
controversy. It's Platinum Mike Perry. And his opponent on the night, the hardest hitting 145er, the king of the barbarians, the pride of Des Moines, Iowa. Give it up for Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. And this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's the king of violence?
Look at Jeremy. Stoic. He's looking at him like he's going to kill him. Mike Perry, you better not overlook Jeremy Stevens, brother, or he's going to steal your McGregor fight. He's going to steal your King of Violence title, and he's going to go fight for a world title happily. Happily. Jew says it's a... let's finish this first.
Violence. Come on, boys. Let's go. Face forward. Face forward.
It's Mike Perry
Mike in good shape. Look at him. Looking lean.
Has a fight with McGregor
Mike in good shape. Should have never got that stomach tattoo. Not God's gift for lowering.
Here at the Prudential Center.
Jeremy does a little jerk off splooge onto the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Conor
it all
dabs like
happens
Jeremy.
in just 48
Conor shoves fucking Mike Perry. It's a double-edged sword with Mike here, but ultimately, yeah, you got a point. How long can you do these big gimmick fights? I feel like he's coming to an end with the gimmick fights. You got to spread the love one time. Just do a real fight once. It's for a world title. It's for a world title. You know what I mean? One time, okay, and go back to gimmicky type fights. But you got to do one to shut down the doubters, to shut up the doubters. Now, I guess here's something we haven't also acknowledged. Dave Feldman says Dave Mundell has an opponent, a fight, title defense lined up. So, there's an option. Mike Perry might not have to fight Dave Mundell. Okay, if Mike Perry by any means is ducking Dave Mundell, then if this guy beats Mundell, Mike Perry might be a lot more inclined to take that fight. And Feldman might be a lot more inclined to give him that fight. So let's see. Let's find out who that opponent is and keep that in mind as far as who Mike Perry fights for the title after this. Mundell got to get past his guy too.
hours time.
Okay, so that was that. You know, let's just do the McGregor saga, and then we'll do the press conference for UFC 320. But I think it's important. So that one's there, but I want to go to the one I saw yesterday first. And it might not be on here. Yeah, I don't think it's on this one. Let me see, where did I see it? Was it Nolan King? It was this one. So here was the tweet. Nolan King said, briefly spoke with McGregor. Sorry, I read that out of order. McGregor briefly spoke with reporters tonight ahead of BKFC 84. I asked him if it's possible for him to take a fight elsewhere prior to the completion of the 2 UFC fights remaining on his deal. He was a bit cryptic, but he referenced the impending nixing of the UFC's pay-per-view model when talking about his plans going forward. Quote, the entire landscape of the UFC model of the pay-per-view model is now complete. I must enter into something new. It's coming, is what I'm being told. I'm excited to see how that looks, and let's see what comes. So I'm assuming when he says that, all I can do is speculate, but I think he's talking about he's getting a new contract. They're reworking his contract because pay-per-view model was such a big part in his contract. I didn't see this.
BKFC 82 this Saturday night, October 4th, at the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey, live on DAZN pay-per-view, the King of Violence and the Queen of Violence. Mike Perry versus Jeremy Stephens and Jessica Borga versus Christine Faria.
What's up, guys? The notorious Conor McGregor. You know me, here in New Jersey.
I appreciate the time. Nolan King from MMA Junkie and USA Today here. First up for Dave, I know you have the King of Violence title and the Queen of Violence title on this card. Is this something that you think we'll see routinely defended in BKFC? Like, I know the UFC has the BMF, right, and they kind of save it for special occasions. Like, do you think this will be something that reoccurs often, or do you have to save it for those kind of special fights that rise to that sort of occasion?
I mean, I think we really just have to see how it plays out. But I mean, I think why not keep it going? You know, everybody wants to see who's the baddest man and who's the baddest woman. And I think the King of Violence and the Queen of Violence personify exactly what that is. So we're probably going to just keep it rolling.
For sure. It's a lovely cherry on top of our world title honors. Some men, you know, they build up their name and they may be just shy of the world title, but they're violent, nasty men and women. And it's an honor of are combatants in this sport. We will keep these titles for sure in formation.
And I know you were pretty excited about BKFC debuting in New Jersey. What other markets are you hoping to enter into soon? I know Vegas, Nevada's the big one. I guess any updates there, any optimism? I know that's been a state you've been working at for a long time to try to get in there.
I think Nevada will come in early 2026. I'm very, very sure of that. New York, the state we're in right now, the commission loves it. We just have to run up the legislative poll a little bit. And that's probably the two states that we're really looking to get into. All the rest of them, we really pretty much have, or they're in process. So we're very excited about the regulatory growth that we've already had. Not only domestically, but also internationally. You know, we have yet to be turned down by a country internationally, and we're going, we have 3 more international events for the rest of this year. We're going to Rome, Italy, we're going to Dubai, and we're going to Queensland, Australia. So the
future is bright.
The international growth is robust.
Nice. And for Conor, I know you've been talking about taking that, bare knuckle fight at some point. For you, when you prepare for that fight, do you think you'll have to do anything differently than your MMA camps, or do you think you'll essentially be able to kind of carry those same sort of strategies that you had in camp in order to compete in bare knuckle?
I always prefer small glove combat. In fact, I actually hit the heavy bag, and I'm sure you may have seen, with my bare knuckles. I frequently work out without the gloves whatsoever. It suits my fist, it suits my wrists, it suits me better. My accuracy is final. And with the bigger gloves, it's not as appealing to me. I fancy bare knuckle greatly. And the preparation will be practiced with small gloves and no gloves. And there's many great practices of bare knuckle. You put your hands in the petrol or the rice, which is, we talk about a game. I want to talk about, a bare knuckle reality show also, where we can educate the people, the public, which is my role here. To educate the public on the intricacies of this sport and the difference.
Before he gets into this, I just want to say this man is a sicko in the head. You can give this guy $1 billion. He's going to be this sicko street fighter from Ireland through and through, deep in his soul, till the day he dies. This is why he gets in scuffles all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Because he's a sicko, bro, and you gotta love him for it. It's a blessing and a curse. It built him, and it has, at times destroyed him. But when he talks about fancying the small gloves over the big gloves because he's more accurate, his fucking bare fist is final. I mean, this guy just loves unarmed, 100% pure, free-flowing combat. That's what McGregor likes. If you know McGregor from the early days, that's what he likes. The most purest, free-flowing form of combat. That's why he loves MMA, but he wants to, I guess, take out the MMA rules, because he's getting older, of course, and just go straight fucking bare fist boxing. Crazy. And now he's going to say something about educating the fans with the BKFC. I haven't listened to this, but I love that idea. Reality show, I fucking love that idea. Especially if they're dipping their hands in petrol, talking about how they train for the bare knuckle fights. I love that shit. Show off their scars and stuff like that. Dave Feldman looks just like 80s actor Corey Feldman, so he's been soaking his hands in gas. That's exactly what he said, Louis. I want to see the videos. No way of getting around the cuts on your hands if you're constantly hitting the bag bare knuckle. He also gets in fights all the time because he's always drunk and coked up. Louis, there's definitely some, alleged truth to that, isn't there? That would definitely be a contributing factor. Conor probably got some weird ass calluses built up. Maybe he's not getting cuts like he used to. But yeah, you gotta protect the hands and still go bare knuckle when you're training. Just wrap it,
Differences and the history of it, as well as the fascinating training methods, as well as our characters. It's another thing on top of our game, our bare knuckle game, that we are very closely moving towards. So like I said, the future is very, very bright for us. And we're very excited here at Bare Knuckle HQ in DAZN.
Yeah, and I know everybody keeps talking about, oh, you have 2 fights left on your UFC deal, then you'll take the bare knuckle. Is there a world where you could take that fight sooner? Like, I know sometimes UFC contracts will have an end date. Is that something that you have, that you could take a bare knuckle fight before those 2 UFC fights?
I've not broached it. There was a few offers for some, what would you say, exhibition boxing bouts that weren't turned away, that were engaged in, and they didn't come to be. So they weren't fully engaged, but the bare knuckle conversation hasn't really been broached. The entire landscape of the UFC model, the pay-per-view model is now complete. So I must enter into something new, and it's coming, is what I'm being told. So I'm excited to see how that looks, and let's see what comes.
Enter into a new contract. Okay, so he's being cryptic, so this what wasn't in the quote that Nolan King posted. There were a few boxing offers. I guess he was allowed to entertain it. There were some talks. It didn't go far at all. Sounds like the UFC didn't even negotiate in it. But Conor, discussed it with them and allowed Conor to, I think, retrieve deals. Because it can be a breach of contract to even accept deals, right, when you're under contract. So maybe, UFC didn't deal in Conor's offers that he's talking about in boxing, but UFC allowed him to accept deals. Hasn't made the discussion with BKFC about anything, or the UFC about anything BKFC related, but with a new contract coming, there could be a clause that he could put in it. That's what he's saying without saying it. He's going to see if his lawyers can put something in there. Look at that smirk on Dave Feldman's face. Dave Feldman says, fuck yeah, he can get in here before the 2 fights in UFC are over with. Look at him, serious. So, 2 fights left on the contract. That's the other thing, though, If he's going to go into BKFC next and work that into his new deal, well, then he's not headlining UFC White House, is he? So keep all this stuff in mind with McGregor. A lot of the stuff that he's saying right now is annoying now in hindsight, because it's like you're doing it to attract headlines, but you're being super disingenuous. You're literally just trying to soak up media attention by saying like you're headlining UFC White House, when you know good and well, like you just said, you might try to work in a deal where you can go fight over in BKFC probably sooner than later, because that would be a better tune-up, wouldn't you say? Conor completes a BKFC training camp, and then if he proves he can do that, use that momentum, go back into the UFC, build off of that. Very interesting stuff. Let's see if there's anything else, and then we'll go to the UFC. Or there's a couple more clips related to this topic.
Thanks, guys.
Justin, we have time for one question.
Okay. Just going to be brief. Just going to get this one out of the way. We already saw it, but here we go again, right? Shout out Bro Bible. The UFC have to come to me with business. They have a decision on their hands to make. Do they secure me or do they let me go? I am unsure. McGregor talks about his UFC contract with 2 fights remaining. So this is the stuff, he can't be just going on Hannity announcing the shit and then turning around and saying shit like this. It's super contradicting. And it's just like showing your hand, like, damn, so you're bullshitting about that other stuff? So you just admitted you've been blowing smoke up our ass for the last week, And so has Dana. Talking to him every day, not about a contract. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Get that shit sorted. The new model came out. He has pay-per-view points on the old on his current deal. There's no more pay-per-view points. He needs to get it worked out. Work that shit out, bro. Too much White House talk is being discussed. Even from Dana saying, I trust McGregor to headline UFC White House. Don't even fucking say that when you know your deal, your contract hasn't even been worked out yet. Because now we know you guys can't even talk about that right now. I haven't seen this clip, so I'm seeing it raw too for the first time. Always been indecisive, yeah. And the one time he tried to lock in with fucking Chandler, he pulled out with a toe injury. Crazy work. But he even gave fake announcements for that too. But now he's losing his aura, people just take it as a joke.
and I am McGregor. I can do as I please. So let's see how the future shapes out. Obviously, I've got my UFC contract. I've got the fight in the White House coming up in 8 months' time. Then I've got one more fight in the contract. The UFC have to come to me with business. You know, they may try and secure coming up in 8 months' time. Then I'm please. So let's see how the future shapes out. Obviously, I've got my UFC contract. I've got the fight in the White House coming up in 8 months' time. Then I've got one more fight in the contract. The UFC have to come to me with business. You know, they may try and secure me for longer. I don't know what they're going to do. They have a decision on their hands to make. Do they secure me or do they let me go? You know, I am unsure, but all that matters for me is my preparation. And then what lays ahead after that, I'm ready. And I am
the main thing that, and I am McGregor.
I can do.
So the main thing here that sticks out to me is that he's saying he's still committing to the UFC White House in 8 months. It's very interesting because if Mike Perry's fighting this weekend, what, Mike Perry's got to sit out for 8 months to fight a McGregor? That wouldn't be next. But, you know, here McGregor is at the press conference again. It's fine. But it's like, bro, you be saying these headlines and then, like, we just listened to a new interview and it's like, oh, so that's not going to work? Like, the winner of this fight is the fighter in Perry versus Stevens is fighting to fight me. Well, clearly they're not, bro. If you got to fight in 8 months and you're still saying here that you're committed to it. And I mean, let's just do it. Let's just, you know, because we've gotten this far in the McGregor topic, here is what I'm referring to with the, you know, the bullshit. Although he's still saying he's committed to UFC White House, but still yet.
People
is
of
this
Ireland,
a done deal?
Because we need.
Are you definitely?
It can ignite a support for the people of Ireland.
Is this a done deal?
Because we need.
Are you definitely? Is this a done deal? You're in. You made a deal.
Signed, delivered. It ain't a negotiation.
Wow.
It's a done deal, signed, delivered. McGregor will compete in the White House for UFC's 200 for the America's 250th
Did you talk
birthday.
to Dana about it? Dana's got to sign off, I would imagine. No.
Me and Dana are in constant communications. We've done incredible business together. I'm the highest generating fighter of all time in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. They've just signed a breathtaking deal with Paramount where we go to cable TV. $7.7 billion that deal was accrued for. And ready to rock, baby. Bring in the big dog, the Mac G. It can.
This ain't 2014, brother. But yes, all those things are true. But doesn't mean it doesn't fucking translate to the fact that you can headline today and put together a full training camp. Probably most modern bare knuckle fighters train just like boxers, just wearing just wrist wraps in the day of the fight. I feel like there's more to the bare knuckle boxing, maybe. Like, you know, certain shots that you can't take, right? Like, you probably got to be a lot more careful about shots you're willing to take. Maybe they train. Maybe they also train to connect on certain parts of the facial structure. You know? Maybe there's some unorthodox ways that they can punch so that it doesn't really hurt their hands as much as people might think. Because the way UFC fighters punch, I don't think BKFC fighters punch as much like that. Maybe BKFC fighters punch more like this and shit like that, you know? I'd just be interested to see. I'm just guessing. This was his last chance to be taken seriously. Half the fans probably didn't believe it, but nobody's going to believe him after this. I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Contract has to be worked out, so until we hear anything about that, it's pretty much like, you know, there ain't no UFC White House. Because even if he has 2 deals left on it, he has to work out pay-per-view points. If the UFC White House is going to be free on cable television, then that's an error in his contract, and I don't think his fucking lawyers are just going to let him, like, overlook that, you know? It's too much money being left on the table. UFC is getting too much of a steal, you know, too much of a discount. They have to renegotiate beforehand. What can they do with he's super famous, but he can't compete in modern MMA? Maybe he can beat Wash Chandler, but it's an even fight. Chandler's the best opponent he's got, And that's why I'm saying, bro, BKFC might be actually the best place for McGregor. Let's keep it a buck. BKFC might be the best place for McGregor. It might even parlay into, a UFC training camp. If he can just get through all that in one piece. But if you can't get through a fucking BKFC training camp, let alone get through the fight too, right? Then you're doomed for getting into the UFC. Just fucking blowing smoke up our ass with this shit. There'll be a 6-month period of isolation where the phone will not be answered. It's a 6-month operation. The phone will be switched off and the work will be executed. I mean, I can just say it in his fucking accent. Alright, so UFC 320 presser, here it is.
Got to run it back again.
The rematch that we have all been waiting for.
We're also going to get into Mikey Musumeci once again, doubling down, saying he's sorry for saying Moneyberg has a real black belt. We're going to get into that as well. We are going to get into that as well. Thank you, Mikey. All is forgiven. I can make a clip out of it, and we'll let the masses know. You changed your take. You admitted fault. So just giving you that little heads up. That's after this. Mikey Musumeci. Let's watch this press. No? McGregor negotiates every fight anyway. He never just stays on the same deal. So that's the thing about McGregor. Every fight he's had in the past, name them, the last 10 fights, whatever you want to call them, since he became this double champion, especially after he fought Floyd, each of those fights that got booked, he signed a new deal. Conor's not like these other guys. And this is my point, how the money ruins a lot of things. When you get to Conor's level, you don't even sign a 3-fight deal anymore and then wait for the 3 fights to be over to get more money. You fucking sign a 3-fight deal. After 1 fight on that 3-fight deal, you renegotiate. Then they sign you to, they just tack on fights. You know what I mean? Like 12 fights. So the fact that Conor's down to 2, it actually shows he hasn't renegotiated, maybe in a little minute. Maybe in the last couple of fights. We'll see. Maybe he didn't renegotiate for Poirier 2 and 3. Because the fact that he's down to 2 shows that, he eventually stopped negotiating at some point. Does the contract also expire? Because some of these have timelines too. That's the last thing I'll say. If anyone could afford to say screw it, it's him, 100%. All right, so let's get into this press conference. I could break it down real quick while I'm just seeing everybody kind of get announced here. Merab calls out Corey for the dick pics and says he can't even speak to him. He's not worthy of speaking to him because he made $2 million off dick pics on OnlyFans. Alex Pereira is heated with Ankalaev. He's still going at him. Pereira's in new character, talking his mess, holding Ankalaev accountable to the trash talk he feels he received. Yuri Prohaska does his thing as well. It's some good shit. One of the better press conferences for UFC this year. 100%. 100%. Probably since that whole Tony Ferguson press conference with who disrespected the fuck out of Tony and then they were friends a minute. Oh, Colby. That Tony Ferguson Colby press conference, this is probably the best one since that. So,
looking to reclaim the belt he once held. Please welcome to the stage, Alex Poatan Pereira. his opponent. He silenced all the doubters in the first matchup. He is unbeaten over his last 14 fights and has been dominant all the way through. Now he looks to put a stamp on the rematch and hold serve atop the light heavyweight mountain, making the first defense of his light heavyweight title. Please welcome the champion, Magomed Ankalaev.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out today. Who's got the first question?
For the champion, Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed, there was a post on your social media earlier this week saying that you had a message for every light heavyweight on this card. You're up there now with them all. What do you have to say?
Мы хотим утвердиться, доказать всем, что кто здесь главный чемпион.
I want to prove everyone wrong and let people know that who's the real champion here.
And for Alex, what have you just made of Magomed's demeanor in the lead up to this fight? Obviously, you guys have had some run-ins, a lot of words exchanged on social media, and he just sent another message to you now.
O que você achou da postura dele antes dessa luta? Teve muita coisa dita, vocês se encontraram e o que ele acabou de dizer agora?
Bom, desde a primeira luta, o cara só falou mentira. Mentiu falando que eu falei não, que eu neguei alguma luta para ele. Eu nunca neguei luta para ele. Dana White está aqui, faz a pergunta para ele.
He's been lying since the first fight. He said that I turned down fights against him, that I said no. Dana's right here, he can confirm it. Just ask Dana.
Dana, were there any fights declined?
What do you want to know? What kind of bullshit you starting here that I'm in the middle of now?
He just asked me to ask you the question if any fights were declined between these two.
This guy never turns down fights, ever. When he's injured, when he's not injured, this guy doesn't give a shit. He's on vacation.
Look at Pereira nodding his head. This shit means so much to him, these accusations that Ankalaev and his team have been making. I'm pretty sure Pereira's staring at Ankalaev's team as well. Let's just rewind Pereira nodding his head after Dana White co-signs it.
He says yes and comes, believe me. Injured, this guy doesn't give a shit. He's on vacation. He says yes and comes, believe me.
And one for Merab. Merab, when Corey was speaking to us yesterday at Media Day, he said that he thinks Umar Nurmagomedov has equal or better offensive wrestling than you. I'm curious what you make of those comments.
I will show him Saturday night.
I thought we were striking.
I'll show you everything. We're fighting mixed martial arts. Of course, I'm ready for knock you out. But whatever fights will go, you said you're gonna shoot me, and I will show you. I will show you.
You said you will shoot me. I mean, he must be saying you said you were gonna shoot on me. Just meaning, yeah, sure, I said I'm gonna strike with you, and you said you're gonna shoot on me. You said you're gonna shoot me. Corey Sandhagen, massive chip on his shoulder. I don't really get it because of how many guys he's lost to. But he's like oddly confident, I would say. Like, I don't mind confidence, I really don't. But Corey's got this weird confidence I can't even put my finger on. And if he wins, I look like a dumbass.
Merab, what is it about Corey Sandhagen that makes you think you can get that knockout, and how aggressive will you be in trying to get it?
That's for me. Say again.
What is it about Corey Sandhagen that makes you feel you could knock him out, and how aggressive will you be in trying to land that punch?
Bro, nobody give me any problems even in striking. You know, I fought Peter Yan, I fought Jose Aldo, I fought Sean O'Malley 2 times. Nobody can do shit. So I'm the GOAT, I'm the champion, and I will prove it again. Whatever fights will go, I'm ready, but my goal is to knock him out. I said I will finish Sean O'Malley, second fight, I did. So now, this is my second challenge.
Not happening, Merab. Not happening.
I'll show you.
You all of those guys. You shot 60 times on Merab.
Shut up, bro. You are selling your balls picture on OnlyFans.
See, Corey's coming in with sass. Like, again, I don't like when people do this kind of thing. When, like, you're coming in with weird trash talk lines. Like, I guess this is just to sell it. You already got the shot, though, dude. There's no need to keep doing this. It's not working out for you. But being like, you shot 60 times, it doesn't matter. This is Merab's style. Like, you're saying that as if it's a bad thing, bro. Doesn't fucking matter. Now he gets into Corey Sandhagen and his balls. Look at Corey. He's ready for it.
How dare you talk to me? And
I made $2 million. I made $2 million with that.
I saw those pictures. Your balls very small.
They are kind of small. You're right, Merab.
Yeah, I have Georgian balls.
Corey, you know, he says he's going to come out there and strike with you and try and knock you out. How quick do you think you'll turn him back into a wrestler?
Quick. Merab's not going to do that. He's a liar. You know, he's not going to do that. So, whether he likes it or not, we're striking because he's not going to be able to take me down. And if he does, I'll get right back up. So we're striking this fight whether he likes it or not. And that's not going to be a good night for him.
And one question for Alex Pereira.
Now, Corey has not shown that he can do this to people. So I don't know why he's saying it so definitively like this. You know, you don't even hear Pereira saying, like, oh, he's not taking me down at all because, like, you know, shit happened in that last one. I don't get what Corey's doing. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. It's like, you've been taken down by worse wrestlers than Umar. Merab broke Umar, bro. Merab arguably beats Aljamain Sterling today. I feel like everybody feels the same as I do on that. On top of that, you lost a striking match to Peter Yan. You know what I mean? Who Sean O'Malley beat. Who Merab beat not only off of a decision, unanimously, but also finished him in the rematch. So Merab has beat better strikers than you. Clearly Umar's a better striker than you too, right? Umar's a better striker than you and a better wrestler than you. You chalk it up and you say that you got, you know, out-wrestled against Umar, trying to play it like you would have outstruck Umar. And I think that's where you're starting to take yourself down a slippery slope. If I were to pin it right now, that's why Corey's on this rant. Because Corey hasn't accepted the fact that he actually also got outstruck by Umar. Corey's still running with the narrative. This is a pure guess, but Corey's still running with the narrative that, oh, I lost to Umar because I got out-wrestled. No, bro. It's an MMA fight. You got out-wrestled and you got outstruck. But what, you're going to say you got outstruck because he wrestled you and tired you out? Like, come on, dude. We can't do this. I feel like that's where his confidence is coming from. Because at the end of the day, Merab broke O'Malley and fucking Umar. You lost directly to Umar. You also lost directly to Peter Yan. I mean, come on, bro. The list goes on and on and on. Aljamain Sterling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even mention the fact, yes, we think Merab beats Aljo today, right? But on top of that, Aljo subbed you armbar. Now, I know you've evolved a lot, but I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying, like, this fearless confidence is kind of crazy.
Alex, what do you actually feel about Ankalaev on a personal level at this point? You know, sometimes he's very aggressive online. You've had these run-ins at the PI, and then sometimes he's very calm when he actually sees you. What do you make of him on a personal level?
No nível pessoal, o que você acha do Ankalaev? Porque às vezes ele é muito agressivo na internet, quando você se encontra ele é calmo. O que você acha dele pessoalmente, como pessoa?
Ah, como pessoa parece ser um cara legal, pelo que ele falou, né, no PI ali. Mas eu não entendo quando ele tá longe, postando as coisas, eu não sei o que acontece.
When we're in person, he seems like a nice guy from what he said at the PI, you know, but when he's far away, I can't understand what he's saying. I don't understand what he's posting.
Muitas pessoas acreditam que não é ele, né? E por certo momento também acreditei no dia no PI, porque ele falou algumas coisas e depois, pô, se escondeu no PI. Então, pô, pergunta agora pra ele por que ele se escondeu.
A lot of people believe it's not him posting online, and sometimes I believe that too. You know, going off of what I saw and what he said at the PI, you know, ask him. I think he was hiding at the PI.
Question for Alex Poetan Pereira. You did some training with Sean Strickland in the lead up to this fight. He used to train with Ankalaev. What type of secrets did he tell you?
Ankalaev, ele te passou algum segredo para esse teu adversário?
Acho que não tem segredo. Pô, um cara que tem comigo, poucos voltam. Eu achei que não, é um cara que realmente abraçou ali a ideia, a gente vem evoluindo junto, isso para mim é muito bom.
I think there's no secret. The secret really is training, and Sean Strickland is a great guy with a lot of history. And you know, a lot of guys come to train me and they don't come back. And Sean Strickland's a guy that always comes back and is always great training.
Question for Merab. On Saturday night, you could become the first person in UFC history to achieve 100 takedowns. What would that mean to do that and defend your belt?
Is he on the spectrum? I'm asking. Yes or no? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Someone answer it. Alright, that's all the screen time he gets.
Yeah, I'm looking for another record, another resume.
I'm not gonna talk shit on him. I'm gonna leave it the fuck alone, because I feel like he is. That's why I'm asking. Because I'm gonna give him that fucking pass.
In my, yeah, whatever it is. Sorry. And I sometimes I think I speak English, but sometimes I forget. Yeah.
No worries, Merab. You didn't. The question didn't translate. It's this guy's issue, but you know, like I just said, forgive him.
Man, listen. First of all, I'm ready for.
I have to say it. I have to say it. I feel like that kid. Maybe it's that he's on the spectrum. So if he's on the fucking spectrum, then I'm gonna take it back, because he just doesn't understand, right? But low key, it comes off as like passive aggressive. Like, stop asking these same type of weird, annoying questions. I don't know how to explain it, but they're all pointed. They're all pointed with, like, you know, he's got a narrative he's pushing, right? Like, how much has your coach mean to you, right? Bro, what if him and his coach aren't actually on good terms? Like, don't fucking, you can't just do that. Imagine, because this is the truth. Someone wants to ask Carlos Ulberg, what has Izzy meant to you? The training, coming up, blah, 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 right? Seeing him as a champion. Apparently, Izzy and Ulberg got beef. That's why it's bad to ask pointed questions, bro. You never know what's going on in people's fucking personal life. I know you can look at things a little bit, but it's just like, come on, man. I even feel bad. I shouldn't have even said anything.
Make weight. Second, yeah, I'm ready for fight. Whatever fights will go. I already have a record. Even 97 takedowns, it's already record. And if, of course, if I hit 100 takedowns, it will be my record, and will be nice numbers. But maybe 110. You know, we'll see. Thank you.
Question for Magomed. Magomed Ankalaev. It looked like you were about to respond when Alex said you were hiding from him at the PI. Do you have a response for that?
Конечно. Поверьте, парня.
You guys are firing me up. It's okay. I'm gonna punish your boy.
Я в эту субботу я нападу на него, как на вора, как будто он что-то украл у меня. Поэтому сделайте это. Вы меня сделаете сильнее.
Saturday night, I'm gonna beat him up like he stole something from me.
And my next question's for Khalil Rountree. We've seen a lot in the past of that wild style that Jury brings to the cage. Do you see the opening there for you to go out there and punish him and capitalize inside the distance?
I'd say, yeah, I mean, there's definitely openings, there's a possibility, but with Yuri, yeah, he's unpredictable. He brings a, ferocious style. So let's see Saturday night, absolutely.
And for Diri, from what you've seen from Khalil in the past, what do you see about him as an opponent? What do you make of him?
What I saw like, on his style, or for what?
Just from his style, what stands out to you?
In a fight, yeah? Okay. So, yeah, there is a many space to where to catch him. Yeah, he's starting from the deep stance and a lot of defense. So there is a lot of keys what I trained for. So, yeah, that's it.
Magomed, if you beat Alex on Saturday, hands down, you are the face of the division. Because of that, are you planning to do more interviews, to be more active online, to be more mediatic because of that, since you are representing the whole division?
We're so sick of this shit, bro.
Я,
He's doing
конечно,
fine.
Я хочу закрепиться здесь, закрыть здесь все вопросы. Здесь очень много ребят, новые
He's already
имена.
been doing it. He's
Поэтому
fine.
я буду доказывать всем, что я лучше.
What has he been doing all
I'll
week?
defend my title on Saturday, and whoever is next, I'm gonna just keep knocking them out. You know, there's a lot of new guys on the come up. We're gonna see what happens.
Potan.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Do jeito que você falou sobre a postura do Ankalaev, parece que te incomodou um pouco. Você se sentiu desrespeitado? E caso sim, você já dá pra dizer que ele foi o atleta que mais te desrespeitou até o momento na sua carreira?
The way you talked about his composure seems like you were a little bit bothered. Was he the one that bothered you the most so far in your career?
É um pouco de respeito, né? Eu acho que eu venho incentivando muitas pessoas. Todo mundo conhece um pouco aí da minha história, né? O problema que eu tive com o álcool. E ele falar coisas assim, tipo, pra me jogar pra baixo, mas sabendo que tem muitas pessoas que as pessoas tentam esconder.
Yeah, it's a little disrespectful. Everybody knows my history in the sport. Everybody knows my history that I had with alcohol and how I inspire a lot of people. A lot of people look up to me. So he could either motivate people and inspire people or let me do it. But on October 4th, it's all over.
Hello everyone. My question is for Magomed Ankalaev. А теперь по-русски. Магомед, салам алейкум. Это исправить.
Are you surprised that Vegas is booing you so much? And what do you have to do in order to...
Доказываешь, тренирую, но нравится кому-то.
Them booing me doesn't mean they don't like me. It's just the reason is I keep beating their favorite fighters, and they're just mad at me. I can't do nothing about it.
Ты просто доминировал в первом бою против Перейры, ты идешь огромным фаворитом во втором бою. Как ты думаешь, есть хоть что-то, в чем Алекс Перейра сильнее тебя?
You dominated Alex in the first fight. Now you're a favorite in the second fight. Is there anything you think that Alex has in which he's better than you?
No, я не...
The reason he became a champion is because I wasn't there. And now I'm here. I'm going to put a stamp on this on Saturday, beat him again, and then all the questions will be answered.
Pô, eu tava no meu pior dia, e foi isso que ele conseguiu fazer.
I was on my worst day, and that's all he could do.
No sábado, o empresário dele não vai estar para ajudar.
Я сделал с тобой все, что захотел. То, что я хотел, я сделал с тобой. Что еще нужно было сделать?
Sábado, o seu empresário não vai estar para te ajudar.
I did to you whatever I wanted to do. There was nothing else I could do.
Ну хорошо, я как раз хочу доказать всем, что вот ты же говоришь, что ты сейчас готов. Давайте сделаем это, я нападу на тебя вот как ненормальный, мы это увидим.
Hey, the good thing is you're ready now, so we're gonna see on Saturday. Don't say you...
On Saturday, your manager won't be there to help you.
Chama!
Шама уже давно потушили. No Шама.
Mentiroso.
Liar.
There is no more Shama.
I don't know how Pereira speaks fucking Russian now, but I feel like Pereira was understanding. How did he just pause the action so perfectly? Yeah, it got heated. Pereira hit him with the I fought you on my worst day and that's all you could do. I love that shit. Let's go, Pereira. Show a new version then. And let's hope Magomed doesn't necessarily, Merab O'Malley Poatan here, meaning finish him in the second fight.
We killed it.
Go ahead, yeah.
What's up, Uncle Dana? It's Naz from the Win with Naz podcast based in Miami. Alex, you're no stranger to making adjustments. How is the preparation for this fight different from the last one?
Você sabe?
Não.
We don't give a fuck.
There is more contenders in my way. Hey, keep.
Of your cardio, your striking, your submission game. What else do you have in the bag of tricks?
And I'll get here. I'm getting.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, guys.
Alex, you have been champion in 2 divisions. If you beat Ankalaev Saturday night and get the light heavyweight belt back, would you be interested to go up to heavyweight and get three division champion?
Você já foi campeão em 2 categorias, recuperando esse cinturão no sábado. Você tem interesse em subir para o peso pesado e ter 3 cinturões?
Bom, meu foco é só esse cinturão, né? Eu sempre falei isso, um passo de cada vez. Quero recuperar meu cinturão e depois a gente vai ver o que é melhor para mim.
I'm focused just on this belt right now. I've always said I take 1 step at a time, so I need to take this belt back and then we'll see.
Bom, o treinador dele estava ali. O treinador dele estava ali falando no microfone para ele fazer alguma pergunta, tipo parecendo uma marionete. Acho que o treinador dele foi falar para ele, para falar alguma coisa, para não sair tão feio o que eles fizeram, falando que eu usei óleo no corpo. Isso prova que eles não são tão bons o suficiente. Eu evoluí muito nos meus treinos, aprendi e eles viram que eu sou bom e não conseguiram me derrubar. Isso é um cara fraco.
His coach was telling him to ask questions. He's like a little puppet, you know, it's just so he doesn't come off as looking as bad. He said I old my body. He said a lot of things because they know that I'm better. The improvement that I've made, the things that I've done, they know that I'm better.
Chama! Fala pra ele falar o que o treinador falou, sem criatividade, pô.
Say what your coach wanted you to say. No creativity there.
Pede ajuda pros universitários.
Career heated.
Ankalaev.
Марионетка или что? Когда клетка закроется, я тебе покажу. Как показал в прошлый раз, я готов это повторить. Я вижу, ты нервничаешь. Пару дней потерпи и все. Мы закроемся с тобой.
I see you very nervous. Please be patient. Couple of days. When the cage door closes, I'm gonna show you what for.
Isso é a ideia do treinador, pô.
That's his coach's idea.
Ele e o empresário que quer aparecer mais do que o atleta.
Him and his manager, they want to appear more than the athlete.
Что бы ни придумал, кто бы ни придумал.
É a vez dele, pô. Deixa o atleta, pô.
И ему не избежать этого.
It doesn't matter what they say. It's just gonna be me and you in the cage on Saturday.
Ankalaev, do you think a decision win over Pereira will silence the haters, or you need a finish, a knockout, to make them shut up?
Эти ребята, которые освистывают меня, они меня наоборот заряжают. Мне все равно биться 5 раундов, 3 раундов, 1 раунд. Я буду искать финиш. Я закончу этого парня.
These people who are booing me, they're really lighting me up. So I'm very hyped, and on Saturday, I'm gonna finish this man.
Yuri Prohaska, the light heavyweight belt is on the line Saturday night. If you pass Khalil Rountree and get a title shot, who would you like to face, Ankalaev or Pereira?
In this game, I really don't care. I really don't care who will be the champion right now. I think Alex is right now is looking much better than last time, but like I'm every time saying, let the better win. Let the better win, and I believe I'm
every
going
time
for
saying.
that. Sorry, in my style, after all these losses, I believe I made improvement that I can go through to Khalil and go for the title. That's all. But right now, I'm fully focused for this Saturday night for Khalil Rountree.
Khalil Rountree, do you feel like you are finally getting the respect that you work all those years after the Pereira's fight? Because before that, I feel like people.
I did now.
Posts on OnlyFans.
Someone send me these pictures.
He's a subscriber.
Someone send me these pictures.
How do you know that Corey posts on OnlyFans? Are you a subscriber?
Someone send me these pictures.
He's a subscriber. I have the emails.
Go ahead.
69.
Question for Jiri. Jiri, you were very proud over the summer to get your master's degree.
if you get a knockout on Saturday, do you feel you have earned your PhD in violence?
Man, don't do that. I don't want to promise that, because I think the next level, the PhD, will be just my ego game, like to accomplish the next level of that, because I believe in all life learning. You know, still you have to still improve your memories in your brain, to still work on yourself, and that was my motivation, to be better fighter, better person, to make my style better. Yeah, maybe I can do some courses, or no PhD, no, don't want to. maybe we'll see. But one thing you can be sure, I'm going this Saturday night to give it all, and I will show that I made a step up. Let's go for that.
Let's go.
One more for you, Jiri. A lot of people, when they talk about this fight, they think Jiri probably wants to create more chaos. Khalil will probably try to keep it more technical. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Maybe we can change that. Maybe he can do the chaos and I can be the strategic. but one thing I can be sure, every time I'm going in the cage, I'm trying to keep myself a little bit down, and be strategic. But you know, I like to go through the opponent. I will push that. Even if I don't want, that's my nature. That's the nature inside me, and let's go for that. Just it.
For Khalil, same question. Do you see that as your technicality against his unorthodox attack, or do you feel like it's something different?
You heard the man. He said he's coming for it, so let's go for that. Let's go for that. This is for you. Yeah, let's go for that.
Merab, what's left for you to achieve to consider yourself as the greatest bantamweight of all time?
Yuri just basically said he's gonna go all in. Wait, let me confirm that's what he said.
Let's go for that. Just it. Even if I don't want,
yeah.
Something different.
Bantamweight of all time.
Yeah. So Yuri, he's going all in, which I love. Going all in this fight, meaning shoving his stack, shoving his chips in the middle, going out on his shield or putting him out. But he's gonna play to his strength. He may also be a little bit more methodical, but when doesn't he? I know, right? He did against Jamal Hill. Hopefully it's a methodical all-out, though. But it's just kind of low-key crazy against Khalil right now, because not a lot of guys can just like freely enter on Khalil, you know? And I feel like that's why I'm hyped up on it. Because you're saying like, I'm going to enter fearlessly on Khalil. The big power puncher in the division, the knockout artist. You know what I mean? I'm loving it. But yeah, he does always go all in. That's his style. That's how he breaks guys, bro. They can't keep the pace. Louis shouting out his head movement, 100%. Shout out Andrew entering the chat. Let's go. My boy's on his way to work. This press conference is pretty much
like
over.
I said, it's just beginning for me. My plan is to fight in 16 more years until I will be 50 years old. And we will see. You know, of course, maybe when I will be 45, maybe I'm not will be champion, but I will still fight. And I'm sure I will make a lot of record and good fights and stuff like this, you know. Listen, I'm hungry and I want to keep fighting, so we will see, you know.
Merab, თუ შეგიძლია რამდენიმე სიტყვა ქართულ ხალხს რომ მიმართო ტრიბუნიდან.
მადლობა საქართველოს, მადლობა ქართულ ხალხს. საქართველო არის მიზეზი, რატომაც დავიწყე ბრძოლა, მინდოდა რომ ერთი წარმომადგენელი ვიყო
ჩემპიონო.
მადლობა.
The bantamweight gut.
Hey, I'm keep fighting, I'm going forward, but hey, Volkanovski is great fighter, you know.
Shout out Andrew for
I would love to fight super fights, 145 division, but you know, I have so much respect for Alex Volkanovski, and I don't want to challenge, you know. Listen, we will see, you know. For now, I'm focusing for Corey Sanhagan, and then keep defending my belt, and we will see future. We will talk UFC boss Dana White, Hunter, and we will see.
Merab adamant
And last one for Alex Pereira. Alex, you usually have the shave for UFC. Will we see a return of the bald head in the octagon this weekend?
Spoiler alert, yes. We don't have time for this shit. Merab fighting till he's 50 is low-key a hard-ass flex. And I believe him. Of all the people, I believe Merab. Okay, so let's just watch. So we got to see Mikey Musu Messi revoking his black belt. Please just let me hit on it right here. Please just let me hit on it.
BJJ.
Well, I've been undefeated in my division for over 8 years. I think 9 years almost. Honestly, that's a mistake because I'm way more aggressive and mean.
Over Kai, and then you come out in the crane technique at the.
I'm really happy that match was 3 rounds. I finished in the.
Here it is.
And B, can you clarify your?
Here it is. Here's a preface. So Mikey Musu Messi was asked once again about himself, how he defended Derek Moneyberg against Backlash for receiving his black belt in 3.5 years. Mikey admits fault. He admits he made a mistake. He acted irrationally. It was a, haste decision. He says he wouldn't give Derek Moneyberg the black belt in 3.5 years. He already did say this on the Mighty Mouse podcast, which we will rewatch that clip as well. But thank you, Mikey. We appreciate it. All is forgiven. We all make mistakes. It's understandable. And we takes a man to admit his flaws, although I don't know what I feel like you're a dude, obviously, but I don't know if you're kind of like, on the whatever side, so I'm just saying. Here we go. Moneyberg would never, against Mikey, would never even dream of it. Although there's that fucking video of Mikey faking like Moneyberg was defending a fucking rear naked choke and shit like that. Ridiculous. There's more about Mikey, with Moneyberg.
Made some. Someone you spent some time with, Derek Moneyberg, I don't know if you saw, but Sean Strickland is suing him for defamation. You've made some comments about him before. Have you seen that Sean is suing him? And B, can you clarify your comments about his black belt?
Can I plead the fifth? No.
Yes, you can. Enjoy your win.
No.
He's like, nah, I'll speak up about it. Respect. If you would have pleaded the fifth, you would have lost more respect.
I don't know. Derek was always really kind and nice to me, so I consider him a friend, and he was very nice to me. So I was defensive because I felt like a friend was getting attacked, and I just instinctively, whenever my friends are getting attacked, I want to defend them, right? But I really had no place in that situation to even talk or anything, so I didn't award him his belt or anything. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I think that he works hard. He definitely does. I would not give somebody a black belt in that amount of time. That's my official word on that.
Respect, dude. Thank you. I mean, to Jake Shields, who gave this guy the black belt in the first place, I was looking at his Instagram today, scrolling through it. He has pictures where he's like tying the belt wrong, trying to troll. So like, you guys are just letting him make a mockery. Like, fuck this guy, bro. Fuck this guy. You're going to co-sign him, and then he's going to be like, okay, for my engagement, let's take a picture while I tie the belt wrong. Then people are really going to double down that you gave it to me in 3.5 years because they're going to think it's bullshit. It is bullshit. Fuck you, dude. Honestly, I mean that shit. Thank you, Mikey, for saying this shit. This actually means a lot, bro. Because you got Gordon Ryan saying, Yeah, it's fine that he got a black belt in 3.5 years. He could beat black belts. There's scrub-ass black belts he could beat. No, there's fucking not. You lying piece of shit.
People were really upset about it, and it was crazy. And it was like I was a drug dealer or something crazy, like because I was just supporting my friend. I had nothing to do with it. And
no, because you're overlooking integrity, right? And you admitted it was wrong. You admitted you had no place speaking in that. You admitted a personality flaw that you have, which is you defend your friends, whether they're right or wrong. I mean, I don't know about the whole clap, like defending when they're wrong. I would stay the fuck out of it. I would defend them if they're right. But if they're fucking wrong, I'm not going to stick my neck in it. You know, why would I stick my neck in it if they did wrong? So you got to fix that flaw. But let me just continue.
And I would not give him the belt in that time. I think that this hopefully motivates him to just keep training and working hard, because I was just supporting my friend. I had nothing to do with it. And I would not give him the belt in that time. I think that this hopefully motivates him to just keep training and working hard. And maybe this will will be like another year or two with him like this. But then he'll be very high level at the end of it, right? From all the criticism, him working hard. So, and he has good coaches around him. So that's all that matters, right? That he's training.
In other words, he's saying right now, like another 2-3 years, maybe he'll be a black belt. That's what he's saying without saying it. Definitely saying without saying it right now that, yeah, he's not even a black belt. You know, maybe 2 or 3 years, I'll like give him credit as a black belt.
Working hard. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I already got beat up enough from the jiu-jitsu community. Like, there's nothing left to hit me with this, right? Like, I took my damage, guys. I got stabbed. I was bleeding. I was on the floor. Like, I already died. So that's it.
Congrats on the win.
All right, don't do the pouty face, but it's like, you know, that's what happens, bro, when you don't keep it a buck. Don't be doing that shit. I hate that shit. When you're gonna gaslight other people, right, for calling out real bullshit when it comes to jiu-jitsu. You are a pillar in jiu-jitsu. You're one of the most accomplished, one of the most best talented in the gi, outside of the gi. You're one of the best, dude. We look to you. We look to you, and you're just gonna be spineless and sell your soul like that. That's why we love Sean Strickland. That's why you got it, Mikey. But it's okay. You took it all back. But just don't be like, geez, you guys really beat me up. I took all my licks. Like, that was, don't even think that was unnecessary. That was completely necessary, completely deserved. You brought that upon yourself. You know, be honest, bro. How long did it take you to get your black belt, Mikey? You got it. It took you longer than BJ Penn, I'm sure. And so how can you justify Moneyberg being a black belt before BJ Penn? You can't. You're not. You already said he's not, so we accept it. But I'm just saying, you know, I know you feel like you got beat up by the jiu-jitsu community, but it's because you let us all down. You let us all down. Everyone. We couldn't believe that shit came out of your mouth. Honestly, bro, we couldn't believe that shit came out of your mouth. Now, it's just best that we go back to the Mighty Mouse Craig Jones debate with Mikey.
What's going on, guys?
And let's just skip right to it.
Speaking of money.
If you told me, I would have.
Give it a preface here. This is the original where Mikey denounced Moneyberg's black belt. This is the original. I think the interviewer from that press conference we just watched referenced how, you know, Mikey already denounced it on here. And he just wanted further comment on it. But here Mikey is for the first time ever denouncing it a few weeks ago.
Or it with you. We could have been twins.
Well, I got the 3XL. I figured both you boys could fit in this.
Nah, I'm not fitting that damn thing with him.
Someone has to wear it. Guys, speaking of money, what did he pay you?
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so... Guys, so... Oh. Oh, you're supposed to be the camera. I don't want to mess up your shoot.
Now he's going to have a shot.
I didn't interrupt. He asked me to respond, then he took
I think you kind of did, Mikey. I think
How did I interrupt?
You did. You got to have one. You got to have one. Come on, one. Just one.
I didn't interrupt. I'll interrupt eventually, but I still haven't. I deserve recognition. I haven't interrupted yet, guys. You guys all yell at me for interrupting. I have not interrupted Mr. Jones.
All right, you don't have to have a shot, but you at least have to wear this.
Hulu, you're not gonna watch Alien Earth. So it's the same thing.
Speaking of money,
We could have been so. Eventually, but I still have Jones.
all right, you don't have to have a shot, but you at least have to wear this. What would you prefer, to wear the Moneyberg rash guard or take a shot of lovely tequila?
I have not done anything to violate my drink yet. Once I violate it, I'll own up to it, and I have to do the ultimatum.
Don't use violate and drinking in the same sentence. You're frightening me now.
Okay, so how much did I get paid, right? So I do private lessons, and I like to make money. Now, Derek, I didn't give him his black belt. A lot of people believe I gave him his black belt. He got his black belt from other people, so his level... I didn't do anything, right? Oh, okay. His level, you could ask the people that gave him his black belt, right? I went there 3 times. He was nice to me every time I went. I've seen the videos you guys have seen. I've seen the videos that you guys have seen as well. He definitely does not look like a black belt when he's physically doing those positions. He trains with the best guys, though, like Glover Teixeira, Lyoto Machida, Royce Gracie, Gordon Ryan, all these guys every day, right? So he does...
Wait, we just have to take it back.
I've seen the videos that you guys have seen as well. He definitely does not look like a black belt when he's physically doing those positions.
He definitely does not look like a black belt when he's physically doing those positions. Quote, unquote. He definitely does not look like a black belt when he's doing those positions. Quote, unquote. He definitely does not look like a black belt when he's training those positions. Quote, unquote. We continue.
He trains with the best guys, though, like Glover Teixeira, Lyoto Machida, Royce Gracie, Gordon Ryan, all these guys every day, right? So he does have a lot of
trains or pays
knowledge. Can he physically do those things, the knowledge? Because every time I go, he shows me something like Royce Gracie does a triangle like this. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I never seen that. So he always shows me different things like that. Now, can he do that at a high level with like someone like Nicky Rod? Absolutely not. The guy does not train.
Yeah.
Can he do that at a black belt level like Nicky Rod? Absolutely not. The guy does not train. Quote, unquote. Can he do that at a black belt level against a guy like Nicky Rod? Absolutely not. The guy does not train. Quote, unquote. Absolutely not. The guy does not train. Quote, unquote. Look at Mighty Mouse's face. Look at Mighty Mouse's face. Yeah. Oh my God, look at Mighty Mouse.
Things like that. Now, can he do that at a high level with like someone like Nicky Rod? Absolutely not. The guy does not train.
Yeah.
He impresses.
He write a book?
He impresses me. He does those moves with socks on. There's no grip. I don't know how he does it.
It gives him more friction.
There's more friction in socks.
Of course. No, but
Mikey's being sarcastic, but Mighty Mouse takes this as an opportunity to flex his intelligence, which is low-key like retarded.
Can he do that? Can he do that at a high level?
I don't know what's worse. The fact that Mighty had to feel the need to clear this up is crazy.
No, but can he write a book? Probably, but anyways, he's just hardworking. He's dedicated.
Would you read it?
Would I read the...
He can't even read a book. That's the other side to being a black belt. You may not be the most talented, but if you have that knowledge, right, that you've learned and you could teach it, you could also be a black belt. This guy can't even write a book. 3.5 years, though. That's what I'm saying. 3.5 years, you should be able to write a book, shouldn't you? Because you're this revolutionary. You earned it faster than BJ Penn. Never fucking let this, the goal be pushed. Never let the goalpost be pushed here. Always revert back to the fact that he earned it faster than BJ Penn. Never lose sight of that. He will like you to try to lose sight of that. He's already calling out Sean Strickland to a grappling match and moving the goalpost saying, you can't submit me. Shut your fucking pie hole, bro. You should be able to submit Sean. Don't move the goalpost. You should be able to submit Sean. You are a 3 black belt faster than BJ Penn. What are you talking about? A little tangent, but we continue.
Buck? I can't read.
Well, not contracts.
You told me I can't read.
Not contracts, but maybe a money bag book.
But you told me I can't read. You'd have to read it to me like my nighttime bed story.
If you wanted it. A few more tequilas and I will.
God, please
And by the
don't.
way, Mikey, when you have socks on, there's no friction whatsoever. You're sliding on ice cubes.
But what I think that came out of the Moneyberg situation, I think...
Money?
See, Mighty Mouse had to fucking explain that, and it just went completely over Mikey's head, because of course Mikey knows that, bro. Of course he knows that.
I mean, I'm not against... But what I think that came out of the Moneyberg situation, I think...
Money?
I mean, I'm not against money, but either are you. We both like money. Do you agree? Could we agree on that?
Not that much, but
Not to that extent.
I mean, I didn't give him his black belt.
You wore the rash guard though.
Oh yeah.
Much, but yeah.
I mean, I didn't give him his black belt.
Do you see, but I like it. I love it. You didn't give him his black belt. Yeah, that's right. Denounce that. You know, pull yourself away from that. Because if you really thought he earned it, you would be bragging about it. Yeah, he's a beast. We'll put him up against anyone. That's the fucking talk that it should be if you gave him the black belt, right? And if he really earned it. So I love the fact that you're just removing yourself from that. So quick to say I didn't give him his black belt. Yeah, you weren't. You didn't. But you were so quick to defend him against people saying he shouldn't have a black belt. Now, weren't you? So you don't get both. Oh, I didn't give it to him, but I defended it and I co-signed it, and I am a fucking voice in this sport, one of the most respected.
You wore the rash guard though.
Oh yeah.
Was that extra?
Extra large or?
Cost extra?
No, the 3 times I went, I wore his rash guard. But anyways, he's very dedicated, and he's...
Did you get paid extra to wear the rash guard is the question. Oh! You need it, man.
That's a fucking emphatic yes if I ever seen one. Now, Mikey's a scoundrel. He negotiated. He goes, no, I need more money if you want me to put that rash guard on. I don't know who Mikey's management is, but shout out to them. Mikey plays off like he's autistic, like he's zesty, but deep down he's asking for more money just to put on the rash guard. Diabolical. But you have to respect it.
I didn't do anything.
You need it. Come one shot for the boys. Get some respect.
I didn't interrupt.
People will love you. People will love you if you slam a tequila.
It's okay, Mikey. It's okay.
Oh, now you're pushing me to drink? You have to drink with me, though.
I've already had 2, but...
Oh.
Father Johnson believes it's okay.
I'll do one
Cheers
with
with
him.
me. Cheers with me.
Oh, well.
This is for the kindness of jiu-jitsu, bringing you two together. A lot of people think you guys hate each other, right? And I'm so happy.
I never hated Craig. I never say I do. This
Shout
guy
out
hates
everybody
me
on the stream.
publicly,
Like the
but
stream
online,
for me.
I mean,
Get
on
us
the
up
phone
to
he's
10
nice.
likes.
But he feels that you aligned
10
yourself
likes
with
on
the
the
UFC,
evening if you haven't
BJJ,
liked it
and I
already.
think that's where it is.
You've done a deal with the devil, my friend. Me too.
Shot with
I
the
can't speak to
boys.
that. Wait, cheers to us trying to go jiu-jitsu together.
And money bag.
Cheers to us growing jiu-jitsu together. I will not drink until I get to cheers for something good.
Cheers to your next opponent. No. Cheers to growing jiu-jitsu.
Okay, Ken? Ken La.
Respect.
There you go. Okay.
Now I'm drunk, guys.
Now he's vulnerable.
Now, we went on a tangent there, okay? Obviously, Moneyberg. I think...
You wore the rash guard too.
I didn't wear the rash guard. He offered...
Guys.
Hey, now you just fucking interrupted me.
No.
Okay?
He's up again.
You're just interrupting me.
No! You guys didn't let me finish my thought from before. I was still talking.
Okay. Just one time, Mikey.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My turn. I'm leaving for... Okay. Now.
Guys, I'm sorry for interrupting. That's my only time so far.
What would I have to pay you to wear the rash guard for this podcast, hypothetically?
Your rash guard?
No, the Moneyberg one.
Oh. Do you have a rash guard for the event?
Yeah, I'm going to wear Moneybergs.
You fucking...
Oh, my God.
That would be too
Guys.
good. Too bad he didn't.
He's a hobbyist that likes jiu-jitsu. He's dedicated. Did I give him his black belt? No. Would I give anyone their black belt in 3.5 years? No.
No.
So he's not.
I just like that he's dedicated and working hard and growing, like and bringing people in. He's trying to get better. Like he's hard and growing. 3.5 years. Hobbyist that likes jiu-jitsu. He's dedicated. Did I give him his black belt? No. Would I give anyone their black belt in 3.5
Hobbyist, not a competitor. Keyword.
years? No. Jiu-jitsu. He's dedicated. Did I give him his black belt? No. Would I give anyone their black belt in 3.5 years? No.
Would I give anyone a black belt in 3.5 years? No. Thank you, Mikey. That's all we needed to hear. Appreciate you, and we forgive you.
So he's not.
I just like that he's dedicated and working hard and growing, like and bringing people in. He's trying to get better. Like he's 2 years booked for people coming to the gym. He doesn't plan on having a gym. Like Does he study jiu-jitsu? Is he dedicated? Yes, and I respect that about him. He's always nice and kind to me.
Is he a black belt?
Is he a black belt?
According to your standards.
According to my standards, again, I would not give anyone a black belt in 3.5 years. But you could ask his instructors if he's a black belt. The people that gave him his belt, Glover Teixeira, Lyoto Machida, Royce Gracie, all those.
Is he a black belt? The response, I would not give anyone a black belt in 3.5 years. So no, he's not a black belt. Thank you, Mikey. Although you didn't say it, it's all good. It's all good. Sometimes you got to mince your words. I don't know why you want to hang on to this guy as a friend anyway. I guess because you just know him on a personal level and he paid you money and maybe you could pay him more money. But I wouldn't even want this guy as a friend, bro. Then you got Henry Hoof going on his podcast. It's like, how retarded is the MMA community? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like 1,000?
Guys, Jake Shields, you could ask.
Jake Shields, that's a tough one.
You train with Jake a lot, right?
It is, but I mean, his podcast is a tough listen. That's what I mean.
Oh.
Honestly, the Moneyberg thing, can you help me explain it? Because it feels like people go on the podcast just to listen to him talk, and they just look absent in like... What's the concept behind it? Because it's working.
You got on the podcast, right?
I've gone on the podcast. He did offer me to train him, and I said no because I'm so busy. I did wear the shirt when I don't think I got extra for wearing the shirt though. It wasn't a rash guard. But
get the negotiator on board next time, man.
No, fuck, man. How much you get?
The rash guard?
Yeah, wear the rash guard. Was it 2K, 3K, 5K?
I can't disclose.
Okay, so you might have got 5 or 10K. But I went on his podcast, and I thought the podcast was good because he was talking about... No, when we went there, it's about being consistent and what makes a champion, right? Like, being consistent, staying focused.
Wearing socks.
Wearing socks? I would never wear fucking socks
black
under
socks.
that. I would
black
never
socks.
I would never... But
not white, black.
Maybe he's got some ugly toes. I have no idea. But I think my first initial thought was when he got his black belt, just like the rest of the community of jiu-jitsu, was like, for me, what's a black belt, right? Like, I went with a purple belt the other day. He was 18. He was like 22 years old, and he was whooping my ass. So I was like, damn, I can't keep up. Granted, I've only been in the gi for about 3 or 4 years, right? But I've trained mixed martial arts my whole time. So can somebody get their black belt in 3.5 years? I have no idea.
If the price is right, obviously.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
If the price is right.
Yes, Mikey, you may speak.
So what I think this brought up in jiu-jitsu is that we need like a
Mighty Mouse fucking knows, bro.
test. Like,
he came out of MMA, okay? I said this once before, and I said it wrong, and people were fucking correcting me over and over again. I'm saying it again the right way. Mighty Mouse knows. He respects the game. Mighty Mouse was in the UFC as the world champion for everybody knows how long. Most title defenses, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay. He was training jiu-jitsu. Not only that, he was submitting guys left and right with crazy submissions. The throw up, the throwing up Ray Borg and then flying arm barring him or whatever the hell that was. That shit was crazy. When Mighty Mouse retired, he started training in the gi. Now, what belt do you think Mighty Mouse was when he started training in the gi when he retired? Let me tell you, a white belt. A white belt. He had respect for the game, okay? And he said, no, I haven't been training in the gi. Let me start from scratch. It's the gi. I want to learn this different martial art. I'm a white belt. No gi is no gi, right? And although that is great, and it's a great base, when you come into the gi, you start off as a white belt, right? And honor the system and move up the rankings the right way accordingly. And then you can have your story on how you earned it, right? I earned my black belt in 5 years, in 3 years, whatever the story is. For DJ, it would be like I was, retired UFC champion. I started training in the gi, started competing a lot. That's how I earned it super quick. Mighty Mouse has a story, okay? My point is, Mighty Mouse knows it doesn't take 3.5 years because he has respect to start out at white belt level despite being a multiple-time UFC champion, okay? Moneyberg wishes he had that much humility, all right? Think about it. Alex Pereira is a jiu-jitsu black belt. A little bit disrespectful when you see how Mighty Mouse did it. I'm only saying this because Mighty Mouse goes, can you get a black belt in 3.5 years? I don't know. You know, bro. Don't fucking plead the fifth, but it's because you know Moneyberg too. You were on his podcast. You just got done saying that. This is almost
unified
over.
test in order to actually declare if someone's a black belt or not, because it's too controversial. Like, oh, this person's rating is they're a black belt. Well, this person's rating is they're a black belt. If you go to law school, medical school, they have tests, right? So if
the test is the tournament, bro. Brown belts complete at the black belt level all the time. All the time. Maybe not all the time, but they definitely do it. And that's what you do. BJ Penn had to submit, higher belts to get his belt. That's the test, bro. The best guys in the gyms around town. You beat them, you get it. Mikey's saying, oh, there needs to be a standardized test. It's because you guys are watering it down. Jiu-jitsu has been fine. And sure, some old fucks get it who get their asses beat. But it is what it is, bro. At least it took them 10 years. It is what it is. At least it took them 10 years. They have a depth of knowledge to teach people and to help people who come into the gym. They have humility. They have leadership. They have consistency. Right? They have all these things that goes into being a black belt. It's not just about who you can beat. So it's super simple. Don't be complicating it, bro. The way it's been it's been good. It just takes time. You should encourage everybody to compete, right? And enough said, bro. You're a black belt. Everybody knows when somebody's a black belt. Let's put it like that. Up here, we got Cabrina OC. Okay, Larcio Fernandez. He has black belts who aren't necessarily the best in the world, but when I was training there, they were white belts, and some of them just got promoted to black belt. That's been a whole 10-year gap. So you got to earn it, bro. Consistency, dedication, humility, keyword.
A test to do that, then we would solve this Moneyberg problem. All these different things would be solved. I think that this just brings light to that in the jiu-jitsu community, because there are a lot of black belts that would never pass a test for a black belt, right?
Yeah.
Here's what you do. No. See, this is moving the goalpost again, and that's why I said never let these guys pull you off of your goalpost, all right? Never let these motherfuckers do it. Mikey's over, look at this innocent face. No, we will not buy it, Mikey. We will not fucking buy it. We are not here for this. This is what it is. You say there's a standardized test. The standardized test, okay, if we're speaking your terms, is black belts who have been earned in 3.5 years. If Moneyberg is not respected by black belts who have been earned in 3.5 years, then Moneyberg doesn't get it. That's the standardized test. If you are a black belt in 3.5 years, you should have been competing. There's no way in fucking hell you get a black belt in 3.5 years with zero competition experience. So when Mikey's saying, oh yeah, there's some other people who aren't black belts, blah, 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 shut the fuck up. No. Moneyberg is a black belt in 3.5 years with no fucking backing to it. Bottom line, bro. We don't need to group other people into it. We don't need to do that. Moneyberg is a fake black belt. He got it in 3.5 years and he never competed once. Faster than BJ Penn. That is physically impossible. That's it. That's it. We don't need to group other people in and start saying, well, other people, no. It's actually on a far lesser scale than you think it is. Some of them suck, but like I said, they know a lot more. And they didn't get it in 3.5 years. Right? So come on, dude. Don't be doing that shit. And they would probably beat Moneyberg's ass, so get the fuck out of here.
Speaking of tests, I did bring a test with me today because I think you are maybe exploiting a community for your advantage.
Being autistic. Alright, boys, so that's the stream. Shout out to everybody watching for that bonus clip. Shout out Mikey Musumeci for coming clean. We appreciate it. UFC 320 coming up on Saturday. We might do a little review show tomorrow too. But Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev, very close fight. Might be leaning towards Ankalaev a little bit personally, but we'll see. I think Merab is getting, easy win over Corey. One of the more toss-up wins, I would say. And yeah. Shout out to all the boys watching. It's late here. It's 1:30 a.m. Pacific time. So some people about to hit work. Shout out to Andrew. All right, boys. Peace out, boys.